I wish to tell the people what I've seen here today. Denai's coming down though, you know it. It's Ionia, Denai for days. Ah, tell the people! Tell the people what you have seen here today! It's always, you know what, I go all in on that strategy. When you know that it's squeaky bum time, that what's his face could come out, Denai could come out, you just go for it home. Hello everyone, Gillum is here for the LAN Up Show, and today have I got a deck for you. We are using the Egyptian God cards again. Let's get into this. So at the time of recording this video, I've not come up with a fun name for this yet. I've just called it Sun Gods because obviously we are working with the SunDisc and the Egyptian gods. We are not actually running all of the Egyptian gods, and I will explain. Sadly, Nasus doesn't make the cut, but we do still have our Azir and our Renekton. So, or our what is it? It's Obelisk, and which is Ra. That's the word. Yes, you're Cypher, the executive producer. But anyway, what we're doing here is obviously we're using SunDisc. Now, what is very nice with the additional cards that they've added, it does, like, the company is, the way that this deck works doesn't require the new cards, but the new cards are there in case we don't get what we need. So, the way that this deck can work is, the idea is we get the SunDisc out, obviously. What the actual card that is the most beneficial is Soothsayer. Putting down a protection on that SunDisc is crucial because obviously there's a few people who are running a few things that can remove landmarks. Mostly Ionia is like the most landmark removal you see at this moment in time is mostly the Ionian bounce back one, which still destroys everything that's going on Countdown on the SunDisc. There is a few people running the Noxian one, but I haven't really seen many of the other landmark removals. I guess actually people are running Aftershock in burn decks more than anything with P and Z, but they're mostly going for your face. But they could always go for the SunDisc. But what you want to be doing here is you want to be throwing out the SunDisc, and then we do have things such as the Clockwork one that can help reduce, and also Time in a Bottle, which actually Time in a Bottle is devastating because it allows you to predict, meaning that you can know that you're getting closer to the things that you're after. But what we want to be doing here is using Rite of Calling and the, I can't think of her name, the Ambassador, to be able to draw out our champions. And if we could have both of our champions out and one of these copies, that is basically the SunDisc immediately leveled. So we're aiming to get the SunDisc out and get it leveled by about turn like 6. 6 is roughly about the time that we're trying to hit, 6 or 7, and it's surprising how consistently you can actually hit mostly at that time. Now, admittedly, I said if you don't hit that, you don't get the things that you need, because with the amount of countdown that's going down in this deck, you actually sometimes only need to hit one. If you can hit Renekton over Azir, that would be good, because Azir can near enough level on his own. You've got things that are helping, like, produce more things like Junekeeper. You've got some small units. So actually Azir is quite easy. He will level himself up more likely, like maybe even before we get here. But Renekton is the one that would be amazing if we hit with them. But if we only hit one of our Egyptian gods with this, with the amount of countdown stuff we've got, we should actually be able to get this SunDisc down quite quickly. We are also running Merciless Hunter just because it's a great free drop, and the fact that it is literally being able to make something vulnerable so we can work with Renekton, but also it's just so that we can make something vulnerable that we might have to remove, and so we use somebody else to remove them. Another few things to note in this deck is the Hourglass. The Hourglass can obviously save one of our champions, or it can even be used on top of this little man to reduce the SunDisc even more. So basically they go out, throw down, that goes down again, so you're reducing it by 6 just by doing that with those two. So the reason why Nasus is not in this deck is we're going for quickly leveling up the SunDisc. Now some people say, but then the Emperor's deck only has 15 cards. Once you run out of those cards, it's done. But those 50, you can end the game in those 15 cards. If you don't end the game with those 15 cards of the Emperor's deck, then something has gone terribly wrong, because all the cards in that deck are very stacked. So when I was trying to explain this, because some people were saying that's a bad thing, they're going instantly down to those 15 cards, to try and explain this, imagine going deep. The whole reason you're going deep, you're tossing your cards away to get these sea monsters out. So basically you're trying to very quickly get to the point of this, the Emperor's deck, and then the Emperor's deck is the finisher, just like the big RC monsters are the finisher within the deep deck. Sadly, Nasus does not make the cut because of his cost, because basically what you need to understand is Azir is 3 cost, Renekton's 4 cost. Being a 6 cost, it's just harder, and by putting even one copy of Nasus in the deck, it means that your Rite of Callings and your Golden Ambassador, it tarnishes their ability to draw these cheaper champions to help us get towards the Ascendant's Rise. So it's like Nasus is technically in the deck in that he's there on the last card of the Emperor's deck, but that is sadly where Nasus remains in this deck. But it's still a really fun deck. So if you run this deck, please let me know how it goes to you, and also if you make any changes, I'd love to hear what you would change about this deck. So please let me know down in the comment section down below, as well as obviously shameless plug time. If you didn't know already, I do stream on Twitch on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays, so you got Twitch, Twitter and Instagram there. But yes, I do stream on those days, as well as there is the Discord link down below. So if you want to get in there and talk about all things deck creation, talk about ideas, talk about whatever, please feel free to join that. Also, I recently ran a tournament that was mostly done in that Discord, and every now and again I will be running tournaments now. Admittedly, once cross shard challenges does stop, it's going to be harder, but I will have to make them region specific at that point, right? So those options are up for you. Also, there's the merch link down below if you want to check out some of the merch that I've done, some Legends of Runeterra merchandise, because I got a graphic artist to do some things, so the link for that is also down below. Do not feel forced into any purchases, it's just the options are there for you. And also, just thank you so much for watching. These videos will be nothing without all of you. I have got a end of year goal of hitting 5,000 followers / subscribers on Twitch and YouTube, and it's going very well, so thank you guys. So it wouldn't be anything without you, so thank you guys for all the support, commenting, liking, just watching the video. Thank you. Anyway, let's get in and let you see the glory that is this deck. So let's see how it did in a couple of matchups. Okay, we're against the really fast. Oh, the 8/8s are coming. But if we could get big 10/10 Renekton. We've started off with our god. You know what? I will actually take this hand. I mean, Merciless Hunter is such I couldn't out of this hand, Merciless Hunter was probably the only one I wouldn't have minded removing, but she's still really good, really good free cost in terms of that fearsome and stat unit, as well as if they play the Lysandra, they were okay with this. Ah, I see you've got a landmark and I've got a landmark. Let's see who can count it down first, even though yours has got a massive head start. Ah, I see your Clockman and I raised you Clockman. Yes, no, the 8/8s are going to be coming for me very quickly. I realised this. Okay. Clock on clock action. See, I feel like we play this. We play Azir. I mean, if we can get you, and if we can use you, then it's already done. But it's getting there, right? I think that deck does run a Rite. Does that deck run the odd Rite of Negation, or does it just go fully all in? I feel like it goes fully all in on this concept. I don't think that they run a Rite of Negation, but I might be very wrong. But let's face it, they're getting very... This one in particular is getting to a very scary point. We throw out Renekton. We save some mana next turn. We get all the Egyptian gods. This is fine. This is it's all good. He says. Oh, I can take that damage. He says, nonchalantly. I could have technically... I guess it doesn't matter which way around, or does it matter which way? Because I guess we would have... So if we would have thrown out the free cost this turn, we would have saved 1 mana. And then next turn we would have thrown out Renekton, which would have meant we would have saved 1 mana. But next turn, if we're throwing out you, then we're just saving the 2 mana we would have saved anyway. Ignore me. It would have been... Oh my god, the 8/8! Okay. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Just... Hold. We're going making you vulnerable. Just because it's all good. All that we've got to do is hold. Hold. I've got a lot of problems, okay? I got a lot of problems. I'd be lying if I said significant problems. Ah! Okay, significant problems are indeed coming my way right now. But it's okay. He said. Ah! So the watch is already in their hand as well, which means do we hold? The problem is I can't hold, because I'm thinking, do I hold and then get the Emperor's deck out when they obliterate my first deck? But I'm also looking at this thinking, but if I don't, if I don't go for the kill, so we're going straight in. Might as well try and kill her. Not that it matters, but sending a message. So it's fine. It's fine. We save the mana. We go. I feel like we just go big immediately. I have issues. I have issues coming, but it's okay. It's okay. I can believe. Because it's too good not to do, right? It's too good not to do. The big men come. Now, admittedly, they could. I mean, they've got this. You still live, right? At the moment, you live, but not well. Unless they've got two of them, because admittedly, they have got the mana where they could have 2 ice shards potentially. You just need to hope at this stage in the game that every little thing is gonna be all right. Because every little thing is gonna be all right. So, just go. You know what? Sometimes it's time for a big old cinematic and hope that it goes well. It might not. Okay? It might not. But you gotta hope. You gotta live for the dreams. I know that the watch can come out, but we can't wait. We haven't got the health to wait. So, they're getting another Lissandra. So, they have Entomb. They have the ability to Entomb. But obviously, tell the people what you have seen here today. We'll be watching. We'll be okay. Watcher, no problem. The Watcher is a significant problem, but hopefully the Emperor's deck will save me before we have the Watcher becoming a problem. Yes! Yes! Okay. On the plus side, as long as we keep one of these, we can shuffle a champion back into our deck. So it keeps going. It keeps. If only Nasus was on the board, then we'd have the full cinematic universe going for me. So you guys have kind of become useless right now, but it's okay. The Emperor's deck does have a little draw, so we might actually be able to draw ourselves into an okay spot. Speaking of draw, Pot of Greed! Okay, so, remind me what you do again. Enemies are vulnerable. Start round, rally. That's quite nice. I mean, it literally means that we could grab her and remove her from the field of play immediately. Now, we do know that they've got another Lissandra in their hand. So we do know this as facts. Which it is, but the problem is, if I use you, I'm using up all of my mana while they still have mana to play with. So, as much as me wants to do this, I mean, Darude Sandstorm potentially might be useful. Do I have to use Renekton in order to, because I could make her vulnerable with Renekton, which is not actually a bad spot. I could actually I guess by going forward, we're already killing this Thrall. So as long as I keep Azir, I can shuffle somebody into my deck if worst comes to the worst. So it's okay. I would take you with me! I mean, admittedly, I said, this is when the... Actually, I guess if we throw... Because here's the thing, right? They're going to entomb somebody. And so if I grab you here, it does mean that this Renekton is probably going to die, right? Actually, I guess I mean, let's go, let's do this in this way. It does mean that this Renekton is going to die, and we're doing a significant amount of damage to our Azir, knowing that we need this Azir. But we've got a Darude Sandstorm, it's okay. I can believe. I believe. I mean, you're gonna need the other Thrall, mate. You're gonna need the other Thrall. That's the one. That's the ticket. Now, admittedly, you're gonna also have to throw this Thrall in front of one of these. I mean, it doesn't matter. It dies regardless because of this. So they live on 2. They're all I've got to do. We might see an Entomb. I expect to see an Entomb on top of Renekton because it would make the most amount of sense if we did see an Entomb on top of Renekton. Oh no, we see. Okay, because they wanted to keep Lissandra alive. Okay, fair enough then. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense because, like, you know, this is more the threat because technically he has the ability of just blocking, doing 2 damage. So I do understand. Actually, I guess that you do become useful again. Golden Vision, you can draw out our Renekton.
It is time.
I mean, that's not good. That's not good. That's not good. The question is gonna be, they gotta go forward. They know they've got to go forward now. I feel like they immediately go. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it, but I assume they immediately go forward now because it makes the most amount of sense to do. If they hold back or would it play something else onto this field of play, it will. Yeah, I was gonna say they immediately go forward. I was saying, if only you were a fast speed. Because yeah, I physically cannot defend self right now. And obviously they did also have the ice shard, but it's okay. Should have voted to my opponent. I knew that I was doing that. Should have voted to my opponent. If only they'd... Actually, correction, we couldn't have used Druid Sandstorm anyway. We didn't have the mana for Druid Sandstorm. Ignore my previous statement. Ooh, oh, no. Don't tell me this is an out-the-way deck. This is going to be an out-the-way deck running, like, so... I mean, I'm keeping you. I could actually keep Rite of Calling to potentially be my Azir. I could technically keep this, but I'm going to throw back the Merciless Hunter. I mean, technically I could have grabbed Irelia. Mistakes have been made, but that's going to be an out-the-way deck with Coastal and... Actually, that's very nice. You see, you come to my hand anyway. With Coastal and the... Well, I can't think of names right now. The... Sparring Student. Like, that is actually, like, crazy if they do that. I don't know that that's going to be a thing, but I feel like that could be a really funny thing to try. So that's why I expect it. Ooh, do I want to take an immediate Soothsayer or just reduction right now? Soothsayer does kind of put me at ease. It makes me know where they're not going to remove my landmark. So I will admit that that does put me at ease, but then you are a big discount as well. We've got a number of draw cards. So I can feel somewhat secure about this. I like feeling at ease, and so I need to think to myself: do we play the long con? I'll pass the turn. They could just instantly pass back, by the way. Ah, the long con! That's what the long con's about. See, you should have left it. So that's what you do there. You just, like, you know, technically they could have passed the turn, it would have been over and done, but they could have played Irelia next turn. But it's the greed. It's the greed of wanting to play Irelia on free, and that can be exploited. That's at least one Irelia down. Because Irelia is their only champ. So as long as we can deal with all 3 copies of her. Oh, it's gonna be an out the way deck. This is gonna be an out the way deck, isn't it? I know what you are. Oh no! She returned him! Okay. It's fine, it's fine. Technically, Renekton at the moment still actually trades with her. Throw this out, sod it. At least, like, you know, absorb some of the damage. And then technically, you could actually deal with the Sparring Student. I'm part of me thinking, but I could use Rite of Calling.
Strike quickly.
Okay. This will be the second Irelia dead. Which just means they've only got one more Irelia! Crocodile took a hit! He has taken a substantial hit! But it's okay. He'll live. So, clock going into Rite of Calling, hoping that I grab Azir. Because if I can grab Azir from this, that's actually beautiful in every way, shape, and form. Please tell me you're an out-the-way deck. There's my boy! Tell the people what you have seen here today! Very close to this move again. The fact that we've got this twice. This is an out-the-way deck. This has got to be. Like, I refuse to believe this is anything other than an out-the-way deck. So, as long as I save enough mana, I mean, that's a lot of blades. Oh, it's gonna be you. You're gonna be the annoyance to deal with, aren't you? Gonna throw down you. It's survival right now. That's all I've got to do is survive, okay? I will even take the hit with the blades as I need to defend the spot. Actually, I guess I could. Wait a minute. How much? Actually, I could actually throw you down and not worry about it because next turn. Actually, no. Correction. What are we on next turn? So we're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Technically, we'd be on 7 next turn anyway. I can accept. I can accept what's going on here. Mathematics and the like. If I must sacrifice your life for the greater good, I will sacrifice your life for the greater good. We've got a lot of damage coming in, but Renekton going forward as fully leveled Renekton deals with the majority of the board. So, I know a way to go elusively. Okay, take this, and I guess we take this out of the equation as well. I could technically do this. It's pushing, but I will accept. There's not a lot they can really do that changes that. We just save a little bit more health, and then they could have deny. The biggest mistake here is the fact that they can have deny. So it's a lot. It's a lot that could be denied, but I want to tell the people. I wish to tell the people what I've seen here today. Deny's coming down though, you know it. It's Ionia, deny for days. Oh, tell the people! Tell the people what you have seen here today! It's always, you know what, I go all in on that strategy. When you know that it's squeaky bum time, that what's his face could come out, Deny could come out, you just go for it and hope, and then moves like this happen. So, Emperor's deck is now things. More cinematic universe is now things. And now Renekton going forward is actually a number of those already dead. Okay? Just with Renekton on his own. So I'm thinking to myself, do we go forward with Azir as well? I mean, technically, right now there's nothing that can trade with Azir unless they've got a buff, which to be fair, Power Cascade could be in that deck. I could have technically sacrificed Azir's life, but knowing that I've got another Azir and the ability to do a quick defense if I needed to do a quick defense is too good not to just to pass up on. So the Kinku Wayfinder is the only one who survives. Only just. And the fact that we've got a spell shield means that Hush becomes less of an issue. Ah, saving the little man, I see. The comedy is if they throw this blade forward, we block with Renekton. Go on, do it. Renekton upon blocking enemies still does 2 damage to everyone. So go on, do it. Play your blades. Do it. Dance. Dance with me!
Hands never hurt.
Dance! Okay, right, so it's big times. It's big times. They're not going to dance with me. It's very upsetting. I was really hoping there was going to be a dance there because that would have been just like glorious to throw down if they did. So, they've got nothing elusive right now. I feel like, because no matter whatever they go forward with, they've already lost, out of the 3 Irelias they could have, they've already lost. Oh my god! I can't defend myself, but like, I mean, we can still do this, which then just... Just because the elusiveness is the only way I can't defend myself. Share them out to my opponent. I'm so glad this little blade comes out because the blade is what decimates the board. It's perfectly fine. Will people please stop running Ionia? My one win condition, like a quick win condition, is a spell which costs 7, which is devastating if you remove it from me. Please. Stop playing like the fact they got right. They could have right of negation as well. They've got both the big boys could come at me. It's not ideal, but it's okay. I've got a lot of my. We don't need a champion. We're discount the SunDisc in like every single way possible. Like who needs a champion? And that situation when we can just simply, you know, just discount with all of the things that we've got here, and yeah, kick bottom. What they running again? In case Zed drops, I keep you back. Like, a big part of me would consider putting this forward to okay, right, that's deny. But the fact that they're running Zed means I want something that's going to be a blocker for Zed. Sod it, we'll throw you down. Just because your stat-wise is not... I mean, I guess actually they get to decide where you go. That's probably a misplay. That was a very big misplay. They get to decide where you go. Go on, Clock, finish this, little man. I mean, admittedly, I said I wanted to keep blockers. Yeah, no, I should have remembered the vulnerable maker. Woo! Okay. On the plus side, I'm just going to tell myself that they've used a number of different things in their hand. What's the chances that they get Zed, right? Strap, I'm gonna go for development because I know that they've got Zed. Like, if I wasn't afraid of Zed, I would totally just have thrown down the Golden Ambassador. But it's perfectly fine. Ooh, we can make sure we get Renekton. So at least the big 10-10 might come out, but we're already on we're on turn 4 and we're already at 15. I'm just gonna go forward with both of these actually because I'm gonna try to force out this caretaker. Yeah, no, we're already currently at 15. They could. I'm just trying to think like would they run the recall spell? They can't. Oh, they could run the recall spell. They come to recall. I feel like we throw down the Soothsayer. Like, as much as we want to throw down Renekton, the fact that you've now played this and recall, I want to make sure that my little SunDisc is safe.
When you see it, my friend.
Okay. Predictings. So, Azir. So I could actually. I mean, I guess we want the Golden Ambassador. Actually, sod it. You know what? I've made my decisions. The quicker we can get Azir out, he actually starts to do like summoning for himself and can help us out. And if we draw Azir or Renekton, we'll have a bigger boy Renekton. So I'm perfectly fine with this. The fact that you've got Fearsome is very annoying to me. we remove the clock. Yeah, no, the fact that you've got Fearsome because you're so easy to kill and yet so not easy to kill. So I could actually throw Renekton out and potentially get this out next turn because Renekton is such a good defensive unit. Especially with my health stats that's currently at 9 as a big boy elusive. Like, it's the biggest gamble, especially running against a deck which could not only be running Deny, but could also be running, what's his face? Well, I want words come to my face face mouth right now, Rite of Negation. There's slight problems that could arise from both things. Speaking of rise, I'll throw Renekton out. You know what? Wait, I'll go with the gamble. I'll take the gamble, Campbell. Inner Sanctum. I'll go forward with both of these units. Because right now, you're the only one who'd be traded off by the Profiteer. They've already proven that they run the landmark spell, like because they did that buff earlier on, which is Shape Sands or whatever it's called. I'll take that. Hope is all I have left. In this world of mine, hope is the last. Hope is the last thing I have left. Now, admittedly, they could just immediately go forward. I would not blame them if they immediately went forward. It would make all of the sense in the world. The fact that I could actually play Azir and still play this is also an option. Weirdly. They're going to throw these buffs. Are they going to throw these buffs? I mean, if they find Overwhelm, potentially. Okay. We throw down... do we throw down Azir? We're throwing down Azir first. We're throwing down Azir first. But the option is there. The chance of Deny is a thing. But if they immediately go forward now. If we would have waited, if we would have just gone with it, there was the potential that we could have blocked with Renekton and actually done a number of damage across the board. And the fact they're giving you Overwhelm is not good. Okay, so that's not. It's to say that things were ideal would be a lie. It's a lot of damage. It's a lot of damage. Snooze bottom might have just saved my life. I have other problems, but Snooze Bottom might have just potentially saved my life. Depending on how this goes, I have to hope. No matter what, let the games begin. No matter what, may the best man win. Ah, oh, there we go. Ah, oh, the cards, Yuki. Egyptian. I will admit, I've still got problems, right? I've still got problems that could come at me, but I like to hope this is gonna at least alleviate some of those problems. So, the Egyptian gods! Never play a snooze bottom! Snooze, you lose! You snooze, you lose! As, I mean, it's not over yet, right? It's not over. But the lovely cinematic universe continues on here. But yeah, it's not over yet, but snooze bottom might come in clutch, you know. Okay. Okay, come at me. So, on the plus side, Renekton defending.
Only the worthy survive.
Only the worthy survive. So, when I'm supported, but you're only giving attack stats, you're not giving. So, it's because that just means that we've got those problems. We can still throw you in front of it. I still feel like we defend just in case. Just in case I find problems. But that's it, because you never know, right? You never know what's gonna come at you. So you keep the options open just in case. But Renekton, my boy, saving me from the snooze bomb. Clutch move, actually really good maneuvers by my opponent. Okay, I'd be lying if I said that these weren't these are actually amazing moves by my opponent, and they fear us. I mean, yes, shadow mode to my opponent. They fear us. Yes. Oh, Scargrounds, nice. So you're all about the Scargrounds landmark, and I'm all about the time landmark. The time of the SunDisc, and all the Egyptian god cards come to me. We just need Ascension. Give me Ascension. Ah! The cards, Yugi! All I'm feeling to myself is we've got turn 3, turn 4.
Oh, I can't.
Technically, I maybe should not have played anything this turn because I could have saved the mana so that we could have played you, and then had the mana to play the so actually playing the clock man was a bit of a misplay, but I would accept the decisions that were made here today. So we have to wait. Next turn, we just have to wait that little bit longer. I mean, we can do this. We can wait. We can bide our time. It's fine. So next turn, it comes. I mean, a big 10-10 is coming. There's potential problems that could come out of this. Okay, well, the clock comes out. The clock comes out just to be a defensive unit. Nothing else but defense. Okay, we take a little bit of damage going into this. But it's okay. It's okay. I knew the risk. Vladimir's loving it. Vladimir's loving the situation. But it's time. It is time. Ascend, my gods! Ascend, my Egyptian god cards! My opponent's going, sheet. I mean, ascend. If I keep doing the hand gesture, eventually they will ascend. I also hit the microphone down. I'm sorry if that made nuts. There's my Egyptian god cards as you now witness the cinematics that we've seen for a number of times. Oh, tell the people what you have seen here today. I will admit that the troll becomes a little bit of a problem against Renekton, potentially. Oh, Druid Sandstorm. So, we've got Druid Sandstorm, which means that we actually can, number 1, remove their landmark. Number 2, remove their big troll boy. But it is time to duel. As this comes out, my landmark has proven its usefulness. It's now over, Anakin. I have the gods now. Okay, let's work out what's our smart. What is the smart move here? So we could use Renekton to grab this. I feel like that might be an okay move. He says to himself. Or do we grab? I guess we grab this thing because it hasn't got any buffs to it right now. So I'll take you to the graveyard. I'm gonna keep. I keep us here back. Okay. Potential frostbites they could do. I can't remember whether or not that deck runs like a frostbite stuff or not. But it's okay. Renekton goes smash. They could throw down a I can't think of names right now. The transfusion. They could actually throw that down to save her life. Because basically, so right now she's taking 2 damage coming off of the Renekton thing. But if they throw down, yep, that's the words. See, I know them well. Just so they can do a bit more damage to me, and also it means that Vladimir, like, you know, like, loves the situation. So that it was just something that can do a little bit more damage in. And also means that she survives Renekton's next hit as well. Vladimir!
My glory.
Okay. I'll be lying if I said that I wasn't slightly concerned and perturbed and slightly squeaky bum time, as well as the fact that I've used the mana, which means that Druid Sandstorm is not a thing for me right now. Okay, summon an exact copy of an ally. It's ephemeral. I mean, the fact this is burst speed, which means that we could... So, does that... It does say summon an exact copy of an ally. I didn't even remember this was a thing. If we copy Renekton, does it mean we get his spell again twice on the block? So, by playing Renekton there, do we actually get that spell twice on the block is the question there. I mean, it's an exact copy, so... I mean, we could actually use Rite of Negation as well, but yeah, what we're doing here is we are making sure that that move happens. Or does it happen? Yeah, no, because that's happening there. So yeah, we make it happen twice. It's okay. We do this. We do it. Boom. And then boom. That's what I'm talking about. Double Renekton. I've never actually seen this done before. This is crazy. And I love it. We've still got a Rite of Negation, like, if it's needed, but let's face it. Things are looking quite good for me right now. Hokey dokey. Obviously, they could... maybe I should have thrown Azir into the middle. That is a lot of damage. There's a lot of damage that we're taking in the midst of all of this. So, potentially, I should have actually sacrificed Azir's life right now for the greater good. That's okay. I mean, yeah, so he survives. Oh, crap. And that's actually... Okay, right. So, because of the damage that he's taken... Oh, there's even more! So, if we throw down the Rite of Negation onto mana, because sod it at this point, right? We live on 2! We live on 2! But admittedly, it doesn't mean that they haven't got like, another transfusion or something in the hand that might cause me problems. This could still happen. I should have definitely... I really wanted to keep my Egyptian God card. I should have sacrificed him. I should have sacrificed my man. I regret my decisions now. That's what I'm talking about! I regret nothing! I regret nothing! Okay. So. The immediate attack forward is the... Shen emote to... I mean... Oh, they're gonna further me up. Oh, no! Shen emote, really well played, honestly. I should have put the Azir forward. Mistakes have been made! I mean, all the Ascensions. I'll keep one of them. Because they're not running any form of, like, deny or whatnot. I'll keep the June Keeper in hand. It's just something like... Admittedly, I'm against the Vladimir deck, so potentially I shouldn't keep you and I should just deep dive for ways of discounting my stuff, but it's okay. I can still throw you down and then throw Rite of Calling. Throw down my June Keeper into a Rite of Calling on the little Sand Soldier man. It's at least helping me. Ah, yes. Now all you need to do is find Azir. You have one job, and it's to find Azir. So, throw this down, we can actually defend the Star Shepherd. So yeah, they don't do anything. We go, but I kill you. Give me Azir. Tell the people! Okay. That's what I'm talking about. What you have seen here today.
Men die, but
so,
Shurima lives forever.
Next turn, going into Renekton. We wait, because right now there's very little incentive for me to go forward. All I'm doing is giving them options. I mean, obviously, Gem they could throw on top of their Star Shepherd. They could always do that. But giving them the ability... Oh! Now that's good. Now that I like. That I like! I have got issues.
They say these were from the protectors.
I have got terrible... I mean, I guess that's only 5 damage. I can take 5 damage elusively. It was Burst Scratch. Only when you're 1 mana away. Because think of it is right. Like, I could throw down this, but it doesn't really matter. Merciless Hunter on top of this thing. Because this thing's the one which is making them elusive. Like, you're an annoyance. And technically, I guess if you get overwhelmed, you become even more of an annoyance. But I can tell myself it's okay. He says. So, Power Cascade gets them past this, but it does still mean that their health goes down. Vladimir! Okay, they can no longer Power Cascade. I'm gonna tell myself this is perfectly fine. Obviously, you become in as a thing that now... I mean, actually, Vlad's years away from leveling. This would help, but he's years away from leveling. So, we do this. We've still got my lovely Junekeeper as my... Defend me, Junekeeper! I will admit that they've got some damage. They've got some damage that could come at me, right? We can defend at least 1 point of it. It's all or nothing.
Osu can sniff out any star.
We got the Egyptian God Card cinematics! Here we are! Egyptian God Card cinematics again! Okay, tell the people what you have seen here today. Big 10-10 Renekton. So, actually, now they can die. Now they can die. My gods have served their purpose. Oh, the Obliterate spell. Full on Adam, which is like, we've already seen this cinematics. We've seen it enough times. But now we have the ability to just like throw 10-10 in front of what's his face? Good old Vladimir. The 2 damage which comes in off of you as well, just like smashes you down. Obviously, by doing 2 damage into both of these, they have the potential chance of healing, but like be during combat. Ooh. It's not ideal. That's not ideal. I really wish I had the Mirage right now. I literally... Nah, I mean, technically, they could have actually got a really powerful attack forward in on me. Because although I could have killed Division, I could have killed a number of their units. That still would have been a very powerful attack forward. We probably got round it, but still would have been a very powerful attack forward. Shout out to my opponent. Really well played. So that is the updated Egyptian God card deck. It is the Ascendants are just so amazing. I've always loved them since actually seeing them when they first announced the Shurima expansion. It's just been amazing. I've been wanting to go with them. The older deck, like there is still technically you could as I said, the techniques of this deck are kind of like the old deck things, but the new cards actually make this more consistent, and Soothsayer in particular, to be able to protect your SunDisc, is crucial for being able to make sure that you can get to like not getting like close and it being instantly removed from you is what my point is. So really good and really funny deck, but please let me know what you think down in the comment section down below, as well as any changes, or if you run this deck, I would love to know how it goes, because obviously I want all the Egyptian gods everywhere, and so it'd be lovely to hear. As I said, the games that you saw were actually streamed on Twitch. So as I said earlier, you can catch me live on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. If you want to hang by and just say, hello, I've come over from YouTube. Honestly, I love hearing that. So if you want to go and do that, that's fine. There's a Discord link down below as well. So if you want to get in there, talk all things deck creation and whatnot, and like the lovely community that we are building and fostering is very nice. As well as I said, the recent tournament was in there, and I will be running tournaments every now and again, but also just if a general chat about Runeterra stuff. I want to build a place like that to be able to come and have a good time. And I said the merch link down below, like the t-shirt I'm wearing, the Screw the Rules, I have Celestials, widget 1, you can check that out down below, which is at the merch link, but do not feel forced into any purchases. It's just if you want to help me out, I would get like it's just a nice little added thing. There was no Legends of Runeterra merchandise that I like the look of, so I decided to make my own, and so I got a graphic artist to come up with like to make the ideas I had in my head come real. So if you want to just check those out, just let me know what you think about them. Without like, no purchase required, just literally just having a look at them just to see what you think of them. I would love to hear your feedback on them. So anyway, as I said, thank you all so much for watching. All the widget likes, all the comments, all the subscriptions. Honestly, this channel is like, it's all for you. What keeps the energy of me going is you. So thank you so much for that. I got the end of year goal of hitting 5,000 followers/subscribers. If you want to help out, or if you're already helping that out, thank you so much. And until next time, bye! From flash of brilliance that could save me. Save me! That doesn't save me. Okay. Is there anything from you? Save me. That doesn't save me! Okay. Get rid of this and get rid of this. Find something that can save me.